Am I recording already? Oh, I have been recording for 18 minutes.
Hello.
Okay. I wonder what it's captured. All right. Stay focused on Katie. Oh, this is a good shot. Cool. All right, before we get into anything, for sure, thank you, for real, for sitting down with me. I am excited too. I'm actually really nervous because you're like the big fish. Seriously, you're my biggest interview yet. So, like, this is a pretty big deal, you know, corporate lawyer. Like, this is a pretty big deal. So, obviously, thank you. It means a lot. I know what it takes to take time out of your day to do this for me. So, I just want you to start, I guess, introduce yourself to the cameras, like you're just meeting somebody for the first time. Like, no glitz or glam, just a normal conversation, and just say, hey, you know, we didn't mic you up.
Oh, it's just
I am so sorry, sweetheart. Let's do some of this. Oh, that was so good.
We'll just redo it. It's easy to redo. It's just me talking about
Put
myself.
your hair down,
Okay.
and you can see one of them.
Okay.
We'll make it look so you can see one of them. Take two. No, you're not a novice. Oh, well, this is good for the blooper reel.
That's right. That's right. My name's Katie. I'm a lawyer and I own a law firm called KDB Law in Stratford. I'm married and I'm a mom of two and I live near Mitchell.
Wow, okay. Mom of two. So, I have to mention, we're sitting here in a brand new space. KDB Law just recently moved to 38 Albert Street.
Yes.
So how does that feel to be sitting in this new chapter, literally and figuratively, like new part of your life?
Yeah. Well, we just moved on Monday, so I'm probably still a little shell-shocked, to be honest, but it's really exciting. I never thought at the age of 39 I would have had the opportunity to design and build my own office space, and it also feels like a new chapter for our firm. We opened 2.5 years ago, so it's been a lot of change, a lot of growth, and now it feels like we've landed, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing. So let's rewind a little bit. I want to start at the beginning of your story. And I mean, at the very beginning. You grew up in Perth County, more specifically near Mitchell, Ontario. But the piece of information that I found really interesting was that you wanted to become a lawyer, and you knew that at about 7 years old. Now, what does a young girl see growing up on a farm that inspires a lifelong dedicated career path?
To be honest, I don't know. I just remember knowing from a really young age that I wanted to be in law. My parents will say they don't know what it was either. I was like grade 1 or grade 2, and all of a sudden was just like, oh, I'm going to be a lawyer. I loved reading. I always loved reading. I loved writing. So I'm sure at some point I just heard that if you're a lawyer, you will read and you will write a lot. And I also have always loved arguing. So maybe that has something to do with it.
I'm just glad you didn't say, I saw the movie Clueless.
I did not. Eventually I did. I don't remember seeing it back then, though.
Okay. So what did growing up on that farm teach you about work, responsibility, things like community?
So, I mean, I was raised in a farming family. We were intergenerational farmers. So I grew up seeing a lot of people working in agriculture. And what that looked like was there wasn't set hours. There wasn't, I'm off now. It was, you got the job done when and how it needed to be done. That work ethic, I think, really informed my own ideas about work-life balance. It's really important to me to have lots of rest, lots of time with my family, but I also know when the job needs to get done, we're getting it done. So from that perspective, I think it definitely formed my work ethic. Community, I'd say it wasn't just growing up on the farm, but like we went to church in Moncton, Ontario. I was in a choir in Mitchell. Like I remember my whole life being involved really heavily in community, and looking back, it felt good. Like I remember as a kid feeling really safe, supported. My identity was like so wrapped up in this community. And so I think it really instilled in me and knowing that community is so important and so good and healthy to be engaged with your community.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Okay, so a little bit forward, off you go on a mission. We've established your dream. So University of Western Ontario for your undergrad, and then Osgoode Hall Law School in Toronto.
Yes.
Where you won the Stuart A. Roebuck Prize for Academic Excellence.
Yes.
Okay,
That
then.
was a long time ago.
How does that feel? Like that's quite the achievement.
It was amazing. I remember as a young person starting, post-secondary and law school, feeling really intimidated and really wanting to prove myself. So yeah, I remember getting that award and thinking, you can do this, because there were certainly moments in law school, especially the first year, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. It was hard.
So that was an ego boost then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
well
sure.
deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
So, okay, another thing I found during my research, and you might have to clarify this for me. After graduation, you completed a clerkship at the Ontario Superior Court of Justice. Now, forgive me for not speaking law, but for those of us watching who don't know, what exactly is a clerkship? What does that mean, and why does it matter?
Yeah. So after you finish law school, you have to do an articling period, which is essentially like a co-op before.
Oh, like an internship kind of deal?
Yeah,
or,
exactly,
okay.
Exactly. And you have to complete that before you can qualify to be called to the bar as a lawyer. So that was what I did for my articling year. And it's a really cool opportunity because clerkships, essentially you work with the judges at the court. So it was almost like I was a research assistant. I helped judges with researching when they were writing decisions, editing decisions. I got to sit in trials with judges and then, have conversations with the judges afterwards about the case and basically just support the judges in doing their work. So it was a really awesome experience because it was like a behind the scenes view on our justice system at a really early stage in my career, which was really fantastic.
So, okay, now I'm assuming with that, then there are classes. Like not everybody gets Superior Court?
Correct. So clerkship is just like any other job. You have to apply for it. So some people article at law firms. Clerkship is specific to the court, and you can do it at whether it's Superior Court, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court. You apply to the different levels. The higher the level of court, the more coveted the position is and the harder it is to get.
So you did good.
Well, I really enjoyed my time there.
You did good. Okay. And then you were still very young, but you were called to the bar in 2011. So that must have been a thrilling moment because your dream since you were 7 years old had finally come true.
Yeah.
How did that feel? What was that like? That moment?
It was amazing.
Come on, don't downplay it. That was the epiphany. That was the moment.
I find it's crazy because what I find with dreams is when you achieve them, all of a sudden it's like real life. By the time you get there, you've usually done so much work that you've kind of been feeling the dream come to life all along. So when those moments come where it's like, we're in the new building or I'm called to the bar, what I have found as I've gotten older is I've already been living little bits and pieces of the dream. So the moments are amazing, but the whole journey there, I don't know if that's making sense.
The process.
Yeah.
You're along for the ride,
Yeah,
not the end result.
You're often already living pieces of those dreams even before like that accumulation moment comes. At least that's how it's felt for me.
I really like that. You're enjoying the moments as they go, not just the end result. You're enjoying life's ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. So, okay, then when you left for Toronto, did you always know you were coming back home to practice law, or
no?
How was that?
I came home for a boy.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah. So my husband Justin, we were high school sweethearts, and he's a farmer. So when I went to school, I didn't really know where I was going to land or where I wanted to live. I mean, I was 21 when I started law school, so still quite young. And then we got engaged, and so I moved back here because the farm wasn't going anywhere else. But what I'll say is I'm really glad I did. I love practicing law in this community.
That's amazing. That's such a cute tale. So after being called to the bar, then you joined a local firm and you worked your way up to partner.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for anyone watching who doesn't know, and Katie, I'm sure you'll agree to this, making partner in a law firm is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And it typically takes anywhere from 6 to 12 years. Most lawyers don't get there until their mid to late 30s. And so when people say you made partner young, how long are we actually talking? Or how young are we actually talking? Like,
that's a good question. I don't know if I
'Cause
even know, because I'm 39 now.
I did the math, and
Okay, so
I don't want to bring the answer out, but I want you to. But I'm about to nickname you the Doogie Howser of law.
I was maybe 33, 32. I honestly don't remember. I'd have to like go back and do.
You're fairly young. Okay. Anyway, yes, yeah, you were early 30s when you got it.
Yeah.
That was my estimation.
Yeah.
Okay. So you served as vice chair on the Ontario Agriculture, Food, and Rural Affairs Appeal Tribunal. I want to say that 10 times fast, please.
It's a mouthful.
Wow. For those that don't know, can you explain what that role actually involves and actually what it meant to you?
Sure. So I applied for that position. I think I'd been practicing for maybe 6 or 7 years. And what it is, it's a tribunal in Ontario. So a tribunal, it's like a quasi court. Let's put it that way. We have lots of them in Ontario that hear different legal and regulatory matters. The tribunal I was on, I call it AFRAP for short, heard a lot of different agricultural related matters under different pieces of legislation, like the Drainage Act, etc. So I applied for that because I got into a stage in my career where I felt like I was ready for a different challenge, an expansion of my skills. And when you're sitting as a tribunal member, you're an adjudicator. So what I was doing was hearing cases, and as opposed to being the one arguing the case, which is what I was used to, I was on the other side where I was hearing the case arguments, the evidence, and then with the panel of other tribunal members making a decision. So I had the opportunity to write decisions, research decisions, and I loved it. It was just like a really interesting expansion into a different area of law. And it was also really cool because I got to engage more with agricultural law, which is an area that I'm really passionate about.
That connects. But at that time, though, you were kind of keeping yourself busy. According to my research, you also served on the board of the Stratford Public Library, the Huron-Perth Centre, and the Ontario Trillium Foundation's Grade Bruce Huron-Perth Grant River Review Team. What is with you and your choice of names?
I do not know. I don't make the names. I just show up and do the thing.
Like you're a busy lawyer.
So two things on that. So I was extremely busy during that period of time. Plus my baby girls were young. I can look back now and say that I think that was partially a bit of like subscription to hustle culture, which is something that I have, identified as I've gotten older. Like as a young person, I really felt like I've got to go to be successful. So partially, I think it was that. It was like this, like, I can take on more. As I've gotten older, what I've realized is even if you can, it might not be what's actually healthy for you or what's going to be the most life-giving for you. So that's one thing.
Boundaries.
Yeah. The other piece I'll say about it is when I was because that period of time would have been like my early 30s, I think I was also really like dipping my toe in different things to figure out where I wanted to land. So it was like, I'll try this opportunity on for size. I'll try this on for size. And as I've gotten to my late 30s, I feel like all that information from that period of time has just kind of like brought me into a really centered place about like, I know what I want to do, where my focus wants to be. So it was crazy, but I'm grateful for it. Let's put it that way.
You're exhausting me just talking about it.
Yeah. Some sleep would be good.
Yeah,
Some sleep would be good.
No kidding. So now we're getting to something that I really wanted to ask you about. And it's something that doesn't always get asked, I don't think. Typically, historically, law has been a male-dominated profession.
Mm-hmm.
And did you ever feel that resistance coming up?
So I didn't identify it at the time, but with hindsight, yes. So law schools in Canada nowadays, at least the last I checked, could have shifted in the past year. There's actually more women enrolled as law students than men. And then what happens in our industry is, as we progress in our careers, women leave private practice. They go towards different types of jobs in the legal industry. And there is a lot of knowledge in the legal industry. That part of the reason for that is because, especially if a woman becomes a mother or is a caregiver, you know, whether it's fur babies, loved ones, as so many women still are the predominant caregivers, caregiving roles with the pressures and expectations of our industry, they really butt heads like this. And I'll give you an example. You know, some firm cultures, it's you're not leaving the office until into the evening, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Well, if you've got little ones at home or you've got caregiving responsibilities, that becomes really difficult and stressful. And a lot of women find that they just can't balance both. So I didn't have that experience. The firm I was at before was fantastic about work-life balance and, you know, letting me work when it worked best for me. But one of the things I have felt as a female lawyer is there's been times that I've been, you know, sexually harassed while in meetings, including by clients, quite frankly. When I was doing my clerkship, like we talked about before, I actually had a male judge get very angry and punch the wall right beside my head while I was standing in his office. And those moments, like I can look back now and see those moments where, whether it was because I was a woman or not, quite frankly, I think it's because I was. If I had been a man, I don't think some of those things would have happened. Could be wrong, but I do feel that way. I knew that I couldn't, or at least I felt, if I spoke out about it, it could damage my career. Like I do remember having moments where it was like, that was inappropriate, or that made me uncomfortable, but whatever, I'm here to do a job. I've just got to grin and bear it and keep going because I want my career to advance.
So following that kind of train of thought, were there moments that where you felt like you had to work twice as hard to be taken half as seriously?
So I didn't feel that. I will say that.
Or on the flip side, like a room that you know, shouldn't have been in or felt like you didn't belong in.
So I've always felt like I belonged in the room, but sometimes things have happened in the room that have made me uncomfortable that I have just accepted and not spoken up about.
Okay. Because
I felt like if I did, then I wouldn't get to be back in the room.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm not trying to push. I feel like there's a lot of quiet things that happen in law. There's a lot of confidentiality is what I'm trying to say. And things that you can't say, can't do. Like there's a lot of hoops that have to be jumped through, and that's got to weigh a lot on one's self.
Yeah, and you know, whether law, I mean, that's my lived experience, so I can speak to that. I'll also say, I think that happens for women in many aspects of different industries. Those moments where something happens, like that example I gave you of a judge punching the wall, that moment where you're like, that wasn't okay.
Right.
That was violent. That was aggressive. But if I complain about this, if I say something about this, that's going to impact me in a negative way. So I'm just not going to do it. I think there's lots of people who have those experiences still nowadays, whether it's law, whether it's different industries, like it's still happening.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's make it a little bit more positive.
Okay.
All right. So you had every credential. You had the prize at Osgood. You had the clerkship, which apparently was really, really good. Partner at a local law firm. By any measure, you were on trajectory that pointed to one very specific direction. And rumor has it that that direction may have been including the bench in becoming a judge.
So
what happened? I need to know the dirt. Like, what made you close that chapter and open an entirely different one, the one that we're sitting in right now.
So I think, I'm not sure where that rumor came from, but I think there's been moments, especially when I was on that tribunal that I spoke about, there's been moments where I thought it would be really cool to join the bench someday and be on that side of the process. But whether or not that happens in the future, who knows? I'm not there yet. Like where I am is still wanting to develop my private practice, expand my skills, and run a business in law. That's what I'm really excited about doing right now.
I'm fishing for some juicy details here.
Got nothing for you, John.
Okay, so you picked KDB Law, right? You built this beautiful place. What did you want KDB Law to feel like? Not look like not aesthetically, like what was the intention when you went in, not what it became?
So for clients, warm and welcoming, and a place where people felt when they come in with stressful situations that the stress isn't being added to by either the way we do our admin or accessing the space, etc. So warm and welcoming. For my team, also warm and welcoming, but a place where we all are really well supported. So we've really designed things with that in mind. And then the other thing I'll say is the community element. I really wanted to take the opportunity of starting a business and creating it in an office for it to be more than just about the business, but also a space where there can be community growth and gathering. That was really important to me.
That's awesome. So speaking of your team is entirely made up of women.
Mm-hmm.
I want to speak to that for a minute. Was that a deliberate decision, or like from the beginning, or did that kind of evolve organically?
So it evolved organically. In law, at least around here, if you look outside the lawyers, the vast majority of people working in law are women. The clerks, the admin staff, the court staff. So when I opened my firm, there were people who joined because we had worked together in the past and we were going to continue working together. There were other people who joined because we had a relationship professionally or personally. And when that team came together, it was all women. So there's the aspect of that's not necessarily unusual in law, like especially if you look at a lot of small firms, if the lawyers are women or if it's a sole practice and the lawyer's a woman, oftentimes you are going to see a firm of all women. Not all the time, but there are quite a few. I think the difference is when I realized, oh, okay, this is the team. Number one, I got excited about, okay, well, if that's who our team is, then let's really focus on that and think about what our workplace environment can look like based on who we actually are. Again, back to that caregiver thing I mentioned earlier, we have a ton of caregivers on our team. And then as we've kind of developed in the practice, what I have found is a team of all women, there's some really unique things that happen in your workplace culture that I've really enjoyed getting curious about and being like, okay, we know that a lot of our workplace models are based on male dominated systems because traditionally that's what was happening. So we're a totally different ecosystem here. So what parts of the traditional model of a workplace should we get curious about and question and go, does this work for us? And if not, let's change it.
Okay, so let's break that team aspect down a little bit more, because I'm curious about the people you chose to build this with, because I think those choices are kind of, well, deeply personal. So your mother, Jane, who spent decades as a nurse, she retired. Then you dragged her back to work again.
I did.
She's now the first face every single person sees when they come through your front door. And then there's LaDonna, your best friend since childhood, your sister-in-law because you married brothers, and she's been in your corner your entire life. Now she's literally beside you every single day. Now I want you to talk to me a little bit about that, because like, what does that mean to build something this important with the people you love most?
I feel like that's something I've done my whole life. Like whenever I've gotten excited about a project, I usually drag along the people that are closest to me with me.
Hey, you're doing this with me. Come on.
Come on, it'll be fun. I promise. But it's been really, really beautiful because I think it's a testament to the strength and depth of those relationships when we've crossed over from the personal to the professional and done it successfully, because that's not always easy to do. The other thing I'll say is working with my mom and my sister-in-law in particular, I'm so glad I get to spend that time with them, because so often life gets really busy and you're not seeing the people that you love as much as you want. So that's been pretty awesome to be able to be like, hey, I get to see you every week, even if it's a stressful week or a hard week. And they're just fantastic people. So there's been a lot of people who have been part of the growth of KDB Law that are incredible, whether they work here or who have supported. And I just feel really lucky that I've known so many incredible people to help me along my way.
I love your mom. She can adopt me any day.
I'll let her know.
Okay. No, I'm just moving on a little bit there. So law has always been measured success in billable hours. It's the currency of the profession, but you seem to be running KDB Law on a completely different ledger. It's kind of like results over hours, people over process. What does that actually look like from the inside? Like, can you speak more to that?
Sure.
How have you changed the way day-to-day looks like?
Sure. So we still focus on the financial side of the business. Obviously, that's necessary for a business to run. I want my team to be compensated well. I want to be compensated. Everything we do costs money. So it's not that we don't prioritize the financial health of the business. I just have a different model for getting there. And my real belief is that if you invest in the people first, both at like supporting your team, supporting your clients, the money will follow that. So as opposed to focusing on, I've got to get this much billed this month, I'm going to push things through to do that. I focus on, what do my clients need? What are their deadlines? How are we going to accomplish that for them? What does my team need? How am I going to support them to show up and perform really well at work? And when I'm doing that, what I have found is then the billings come. Because
they perform better.
Exactly.
Okay. So I heard rumors, and again, they're not, that's why I keep saying I like my channel to be based on fact.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's a rumor or whatever. Like, I like facts. But there's things like house cleaning perks and stuff like that you do for your employees. Like, speak more to that. Like, that's changing the structure of the way businesses work, and you're doing different things. Like, talk about those little things that you do.
Yeah. So based on the fact that I really do believe the better supported we all are in our wellness, the better we're going to show up and perform at work. We look at our benefits perks from that perspective. So we have house cleaning. Rumor is correct.
Okay, confirmed. Thank you. You heard that here first, folks.
For all of our staff who want it, the idea behind that is I want my team members, when they're not working, to be able to rest, play, do things that fill up their cup, as opposed to doing work at home all weekend. Because if you're working at home all weekend, it's still work. And then you're coming in on
time
Monday.
To recharge.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you're depleted. We most recently here at the new office, we've started stocking snacks, beverages, things like I have collagen for my employees now, because again, we're women, things that are going to support our wellness.
I have no idea what that is.
You don't need it yet.
Okay.
You don't need it
okay, good. You can school me later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But thinking about things like that actually support our physical wellness.
Okay.
We also have a yoga membership for everyone.
Oh, nice.
In our new building now, we've included a wellness room, and we're going to have massage therapists, reflexologists.
Wow.
We also have a woman, my cousin, who does incredible personal training, and we're going to bring that on site, because what I find is people are so busy. even if you're like, I've got benefits to cover a massage, I am gonna go work out, by the time you get to the end of your day, and then you've got to go do the groceries or pick up the kids or whatever it is, often those things kind of fall off the to-do list. So we're going to be bringing those things here. People can build it into their workday.
Eliminate the commute times.
Exactly. Make it really accessible. Yeah.
And then you do, I heard, again, what is it? What's the word? Unsubstantiated rumor? Did I get that right?
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Team building exercises and things as well.
Yeah. Oh, so that, I really love fun and hanging out with people that I enjoy being with and partying.
You're destroying my perception of a lawyer. You realize that? Lawyers are supposed to be stiff and unapproachable.
So most aren't. I think it's just the way that we're like, this is how we have to show up to be taken seriously, right? Like that's what we're all taught. When we started the firm, I was like, this is an incredible group of people. I want to get to know you better. I want to have fun. So we started biannual team retreats. We're like, we go away to an Airbnb. We'll do things like wine tours, spa, dinners out, but then like a lot of time just like hanging out and having fun. We also do weekly team lunches, which I think is really important because we're so busy. So we come together every Thursday, have lunch together, check in with each other.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, keeping connected.
That's good. That makes for a good, efficient team. And another thing about the structure of your office and how you build things here, and then we'll move on from that because I think it's really important. You said something once that actually stopped me in my tracks about how you built and this is actually not a rumor, this is actual fact. I researched it, that your team leads with empathy. And that clients come to you during the hardest moments of their lives, marked by stress and overwhelmed with emotional intensity. And that your team holds space for that. You even said it's not something that they teach in law school. Where did that philosophy come from?
Partially, I think from the way I believe about showing up as people for each other. I think even when we're doing, whether it's technical things or business things, it's still humans in the room and we're still experiencing whatever is happening on an emotional level. And I think acknowledging that and being able to go there with each other is a really important way of supporting one another as people and getting the job done right. Because if we miss the emotional experience in the room, sometimes we miss some of the important technical business things, especially in our work. So I think part of that was just a philosophy of who I am as a person. When I started practicing law, however, I realized how deeply human the experience is for so many people. Like law, often for people, it's a lot of unknown. They're like, even like doing a will, for example, I don't know where to start. This feels intimidating. It's expensive. So there's a big barrier there for people and they're worried about the cost, but don't want to ask about it sometimes.
That actually leads right into my next question. Thank you for that. Which is law often doesn't get talked about like enough. And that is the access to it. It's expensive. The perception out there is that it's out of reach for people. It's intimidating, unapproachable. Is that an accurate reputation, do you think?
I think so. I at least my experience meeting a lot of like first-time clients or just, you know, people in general, the way they'll talk about approaching a lawyer or I need a lawyer or I don't know if I need a lawyer.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of that, I think.
So what is KDB Law doing to change that perception?
So we have a client coordinator, and I think this is the most important thing we're doing. And if you call our firm and you're not sure what you need, you're not sure, because sometimes people don't know. They're like, I think I need a lawyer, but I don't even really know. Our client coordinator will take the time to speak to people, help, you know, get an understanding of what it is they're looking for. If it's not something that we do here, help point them in the direction of resources where hopefully they can find what they're looking for. I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like, if you call here or email, we're gonna pick up the phone. Might not be within the first 24 hours, but it'll be pretty quick. And we really try to help people.
So even if you don't offer the service,
Correct.
you direct them.
Yeah.
So you got like a directory assistance.
Yeah, well, we've got like a referral list, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's some law society rules around that we follow, but we just really try to help people get what they need, because it can be really hard.
So what do you think clients need most from a lawyer, like when life is already stressful?
I think people need us to listen and really take the time to understand what it is that is most important to our clients about the situation. I'll give you an example. Some people are buying a house and they're really excited about it. Other people will come in and they're buying a house and they're overwhelmed by the process. If I don't take the time to listen to my client and really, figure out where they're at, I won't support them necessarily in the best way. So I think that's the key thing.
Is that where your mediator training comes in?
Sometimes, for sure. I think it's also just like people training. Like, the best way we can connect with one another and really understand what we each need is by listening to each other.
There's a perception that small town law is somehow less sophisticated than big city law. How would you respond to that?
Yeah. I mean, I've never practiced big city law, so I have my...
Wouldn't you say your clerkship was kind of experienced to it?
I observed it, but I wasn't practicing.
Okay, there's a distinction there. Okay.
Yeah. So I have my own perspective on big city law, but it's not grounded in any of my own lived experience. So I'll just give that caveat.
Okay.
What I will say is that working in small town law, I have never had a boring day or an easy day in my entire career. I think it is challenging. It's exciting. There's so many different opportunities and areas to explore. So maybe, whether that's sophisticated or not, sophistication has never been one of my check things. I've never sought the sophistication. I have sought the challenge. I've sought interesting work, and I have found that every day of my career practicing in Stratford.
That's awesome. So we're getting to my favorite part of this conversation, Katie, and we've touched on it a bit already, but I think this is the piece that most people don't know, and it's the piece that I think says everything about who you are as a person.
Okay.
So there's foreshadowing for you. Dun, 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 dun.
Big.
Yeah.
Who I am as a person.
Yeah. So KDB Law is big in the community, and I mean that literally. I personally have seen the KDB Law logo branded on fundraising campaigns, on events, initiatives, all across the city. I know you were the hot chocolate sponsor on Lights on Stratford, just as an example. And your name and your firm's name are woven into the fabric of this community in a way that most businesses never achieve. So now I'm not going to read because I was reading that. That was a big paragraph. But can you speak to that? What initiatives does KDB Law get into? Mm-hmm. And what drives that decision? What makes that happen every single day, every time you make that decision?
Sure. So I spoke about earlier, community is a really important thing for me. I think the more we build and support our community, the better experience we're going to have of living there. So part of it's that, I'm getting to thrive in this community. Personally, as a business owner, I want the community to thrive. I know I wouldn't thrive here if my community wasn't thriving. So there's that. The other thing that I really believe in is I use the term reciprocal abundance. So I truly believe the more we share, the more we put out there, the more abundance will come back to us. And I've lived my whole life that way.
It's amazing.
So when we as a firm choose to support different initiatives or projects happening in the community, that's coming from a place of both. I think it's important to support the community. I also know that by supporting the community, it's going to make great things for me. That's just how it works.
Almost like a karmatic scale.
Yeah, we'll support an event, and then all of a sudden the next week I've got a new client being like, hey, I was at this event, saw your logo, would love to come in and work with you. It just goes round and round.
Okay, so speaking to that, and I want to look at community focus a little bit more intensely.
Yeah.
You now chair the local community food center board.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows it as Loco.
Mm-hmm.
Recently ended your term as the chair of the Stratford Perth Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two very different institutions, I should say. What connects them for you?
So, no connection between the two of them. they both represent different things that I'm passionate about.
Okay.
So the Stratford Perth Museum, I'm a huge history buff. I love museums. I've loved them since I was a kid. Drives my husband crazy. We're driving places. I'm like, there's a museum. Like anywhere.
That's nowhere in my research.
I'm going. And I also think history is such an important part of understanding where we are today. There's all sorts of things there for me. The other piece about the Stratford Perth Museum is my grandparents, Bryce and Florence Skinner, who are now deceased. They were huge supporters.
Oh.
So it was really meaningful for me to get involved in something with that legacy of my grandparents.
That's amazing.
One more thing I'll say about the museum before we talk about the local. The museum here in Stratford has become so much more than a museum. We're doing like community events. It's become a community hub. So I love that about the museum.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look more into that.
Yeah.
So we all know Stratford has a beautiful surface. People come here for the theater, restaurants, the river, the swans. All of this beauty smack dab in the middle of a plentiful farming community. And yet people are going hungry, right? You know, so what do you want people to understand about hunger in Stratford, and how do you sit with that contradiction?
Yeah. So there are, just like you said, Josh, like there are many people going hungry in Stratford, throughout Ontario. And the fact that we are sitting in the midst of some of the most fertile land in the world, that, just like you said, the contradiction there is mind-boggling. And organizations like the local community food center are really doing beautiful work to try to address it.
Is that why you chair it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And what I'll say about the local that's different in their approach to food insecurity is what they're bringing to the huge amount of work that needs to be done in that area is they're focused on teaching people food skills. It's an approach where it's like, we're gonna help people learn to cook. We're gonna help people learn to grow food. We're gonna help people learn to enjoy food in a different way.
I'm interested. I don't know how to cook.
So my daughters went to a cooking class there 2 years ago. And, you know, for them to develop knife skills and learn about food, proper prep and food safety, like those sorts of things are really important when we're talking about addressing food insecurity.
Okay.
The market at the local, it's like this beautiful market.
Didn't even know they had a market.
You should go. It's for everybody. It's not just for people if you're, you know, having trouble purchasing food.
What are their prices like? Are they comparable to grocery stores or
less?
Less than grocery stores.
Yeah, and it's amazing food that's sourced by the incredible team there. There's the group of volunteers that grow food at the community garden and in the greenhouse. Like there's a lot going on at the local that's more than just the meals. There are community meals as well, which are amazing. There's also like this whole other portion of the local that I feel like some people don't know about.
Yeah,
where it's like, let's engage with food, and it's more than just food. It's community, it's connection, and it's good food. Like we don't want to just tackle food insecurity by being like, you know, if you don't have enough money to buy vegetables, then you don't get vegetables. Here's, you know, this boxed good.
Right.
We want to tackle food insecurity by deciding as a community that all of us have the right to good food. Delicious, nutritious, good food.
Now, is this sourced locally, all the food? Like from us growing it in the area, or how does that work?
Not all of it,
okay.
But there's some food that comes like from the community garden.
Okay.
And to be honest, I don't have the detailed knowledge of exactly where they source all of it.
I'd rather say I don't know than give false information.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. So keeping with the local, I read the KDB Law just put a whopping $50,000 into the locals fundraising campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I also understand there's a connection to the Sandwich Club, another little group that is kind of close to my heart, if my current viewers are watching, where KDB Law stepped up and covered the remaining Sundays of the season so that Stratford's most vulnerable people don't miss a meal. Can you talk about those decisions and what drives that level of commitment?
Mm-hmm. So both the local and the sandwich club, again, like doing their part in the picture of how are we going to try to tackle food insecurity. So both organizations are something I'm really excited about supporting. With the Sandwich Club in particular. So actually, I didn't know about the Sandwich Club until you did your interview on the Sandwich Club.
That's amazing.
Yeah. What I loved so much about that too is it's an individual. Like it's somebody saying, you don't need, a big bureaucratic kind of system behind you. You don't necessarily need a big building and all these offices. You can make a difference by.
That was entirely why she was a legend. You don't have to be a corporate lawyer.
Yeah.
Or like my last interview, you don't have to be an executive director of a women's shelter.
Yeah.
You can be anyone.
Anyone.
Just be somebody who's making positive impact for the community.
Yes.
That's it. That's
it.
all.
And if we support each other when people are choosing to make that positive impact, I think that's really important too, because some of us sometimes I think feel like I'm concerned about so many things. I want to get involved, but I maybe don't have the time, or I'm really focused on my family or whatever it is right now. We don't all have to be physically out there doing the work.
Right.
We can find the person or people that are doing the work, and we can say, how can I support you so you can keep doing this work?
Exactly what I'm trying to do with this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help, but maybe I can connect and amplify.
Yeah.
So that's my bit.
Yeah, we're not all meant to do the same things.
Yeah.
But we all can find like our place
I like
where we
stories.
can support that. Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I like
love
stories.
that.
Conversation, meeting people, greeting people,
Love
having
that.
a coffee, chit chat.
Yeah.
So now I guess since we're talking about how we can help and we're talking about different ways we can help, why don't we plug the local? How if somebody's interested in, getting involved, making a donation, or just simply showing up.
Yeah. Amazing. So the local has a really great Facebook page as well as a website. If you are interested in volunteering or finding out about different programs, events, the timing of the market, the timing of the community meals, head that way.
I'll throw it all up on screen.
Amazing.
Okay.
And donations. I mean, the work being done there by the team, that team is working very, very hard. If you are able to donate to support their work, that's an incredible thing to do. And it doesn't have to be a huge amount of money. Like I have lots of places, I'll just do $20 a month, just a reoccurring donation. This sort of impact that donation has is huge for an organization like the local.
So that donation you made to the local, was that for a specific campaign that they're running right now?
Correct. So the local is running a campaign right now, and you can donate to that specific campaign, or you can become a regular donor.
Do you want to speak to that campaign? What is that campaign focused on?
So the campaign is focused on building some resiliency for the local. So the local's gone through a lot of growth and changes over the past few years, and is actually there's a new strategic plan that's going to be put in place this fall. So the local's really looking ahead to the future and expanding its reach in our community, and that campaign is meant to support that.
Okay, we're running out of time, and I've got a few questions I wanted to ask. So we're gonna try to do rapid fire.
Right.
Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. What are you currently passionate about?
Everything.
Not historically, but right now, right this second.
Oh, my business and my kids.
Okay, good answer. Is there anything you're working on right now that you haven't publicly announced? Because this will be really good for my viewership.
Yes, a new business called KDB People that's aimed to be launched January 1st, 2027. It's going to be focused on services that are ancillary to law, mediation, workplace investigations. We've got some good stuff coming that we're working on to hopefully better support people going through relationship breakdown in Stratford and area through mediation as opposed to litigation.
So basically helping people save money, directing them to proper services, and
hopefully it will save people money, and hopefully it will also be a bit of a holistic approach to resolving issues that come up on relationship breakdown. That's what we're working on.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Okay, getting back to my list. We're supposed to be doing this rapid fire. So what gives you hope right now?
Conversations like this, and the children in my life. Oh my gosh, the next generation of kids, I'm just floored by them.
What is something about Stratford that people take for granted?
I think the river, the fact that we've got this beautiful river that we can walk and spend time at, and all the birds there, I love that. I also think the food. Sometimes I forget about how lucky we are to like have all these great spots to eat.
What is something about Stratford that you wish more people truly understood?
The amount of food insecurity and housing insecurity that is really prevalent.
If you could say one thing directly to Stratford right now, what would it be?
Thank you. I feel really blessed that I've gotten to start a business here, and we've been outside the box with certain things, and that the community has really supported us. Really grateful.
If there's one thing that you would want people to be able to take away from this interview, what would that be?
I think that it's a moment in time where we can be creative and do things differently in a way that wasn't necessarily safe for us even a couple decades ago. My experience has been, I've been able to kind of push boundaries and change things up in ways that maybe 20, 30 years ago, a woman in my position would have got shut down. And that isn't happening the same way. Like, I think there's a lot of good people really trying to support each other in making things better in our communities right now.
Okay, now I'm gonna kind of slow it down just a little bit, still quick, but I'm gonna ask some hard questions. With everything you do, the firm, the boards, the community work, the farm, your loving husband, Justin, your beautiful daughters, it's a lot. I don't think people always get to ask you what it actually costs you.
Ooh.
Okay, so what it takes out of you personally to be so active and busy, what have you had to sacrifice to achieve so much? What does it take to show up this fully, this consistently for this many people?
So it has in the past taken a toll on my health, for sure. There's been times where I have pushed myself and depleted myself, like not been taking care of myself physically as well as I should have. The other thing I will say is being there for your family when there's so many other people that have asks of you is something that I've really had to work hard to find that balance. Having to say no, you know, people will come with amazing ideas, or hey, let's do this, or I want to go for coffee, I want to go for dinner. And there was a period of time where I would say yes to way more of those things than was good for my family life. So that cost me where I had a moment where I looked back and I realized, like, oh man, Justin and the girls are being really patient with me. And I've really pulled that back. And now I'll say things like, that sounds incredible, thank you so much for the opportunity, but no. And it's not based on anything other than I don't want to spend so much time away from my family in this next phase of my life.
So did you want to go for dinner?
Thank you for the opportunity, but no.
Okay.
Actually, next month. Okay. I don't want to go for dinner.
So I have a personal question. This one's big. I really worked hard on this one.
Okay.
In regards to your daughters, Anna and Nora, they're going to grow up someday. And on that day, they're going to be old enough to really understand what you've built, why you built it, and what it cost you. When that day comes, what do you hope they see when they look back at your life's work? And what do you hope they think?
I hope they see that I was brave. And I hope it makes them feel like they can be brave, and whatever that looks like for them. And I also hope that they see that their mom focused on things that were life-giving. Some of them not necessarily what we're told as women are going to make us happy. You know, we're told so often as women, it's about the way you look, primarily. I hope they see that, because I've had lots of struggles, as many women do, with like balancing all of that. I hope they see that I chose me and my happiness based on who I am, and that gives them permission to do the same.
That's a good lesson. Yeah. You know what? When they're older, I'll send them that clip.
Okay, you do that and they'll probably be like, I don't care.
That's amazing. All right, so last thing. Every guest on the series receives this ledger at the end of our conversation, and I'm going to ask you to think of someone who outside of your organization, someone who strongly embodies the spirit of this community, someone who isn't seeking fame or attention, someone who simply shows up consistently through their actions and through their intentions. And I want you to nominate that person by writing their name and contact info in there.
Okay.
And this will be for a possible interview or guest spot conversation with us.
Amazing.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, I just want to thank you. I mean that sincerely, like from the bottom of my heart. I know again what it costs you to do this, and I'm sure everybody who's watching is going to love this. I think it's going to resonate with people once they see once they have a chance to reflect on what you built, how you built it. And I think Stratford is genuinely lucky to have you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for doing this. I love it. I love the storytelling. I think it's an incredible way for more of us to get to connect and know what we're doing in this community. So thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise. All right. Well, there's Billy. Oh, and my clients are here.
Yeah.
I'll check the time.
It's shortly after 10.
Okay.
We just ran over.
I'm going to think about this.
Yeah. Just, it's more symbolic than anything. Text me something.
I'll text you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. It was so good. And then are you going to send me a copy?
Yeah. You'll get final cut.
Okay.
You will get final cut approval.
We need to take notes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, take those off. Yeah, you did so good.
You did great. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right. You don't need this for about 20 minutes, half hour?
No, you're all good.
Okay, I'll reassemble your room. Thanks.